Perhaps you should access my library computer, sir.
Orders are to proceed to Beta Miamid, sir.
Beta Carina, a minor star system in Quadrant 3. Beta Carina 6 is the site of a Federation detention compound. Beta Miamid, a Federation world. A supply depot orbiting Beta Miamid 8 has recently been subject to attacks from Alasi pirates on 2 occasions within the last solar year. Masada, USS, a Federation tug tender, registry NCC 293391, currently under the command of Captain Kevin Keeler, crew complement of 17, primary mission, tow, repair of disabled ships. Its input override code is 293-391-197736-3829.
Raising shields.
Arming weapons.
There is an unidentified ship closing rapidly. Weapons armed and shields up.
Message coming in, sir.
On screen, Lieutenant.
Leave the Beta Miamid system immediately. You're interfering in Elasi affairs.
We are conducting a search and rescue mission for the USS Masada. It was last reported in this system. We cannot leave until we can confirm its location and condition.
So be it. You have been warned. Prepare to die.
They are free. The enemy ship's initial intercept course was from the last known position of the Masada. I suggest we orbit the planet for a closer sensor scan, sir. There she is, Captain. She does not appear to be seriously damaged. Her shields are up, and 27 life forms are aboard.
Hailing the ship, Captain.
Greetings, Federation imperialists. I am Elasi Seraph, and I have claimed this ship as a blow for freedom against Federation tyranny.
This is Captain James T. Kirk of the USS Enterprise. You are illegally in possession of Starfleet property.
The infamous Captain Kirk. The Masada is mine. You will release 25 political prisoners I specify, or I will destroy the ship and its crew. The list of those wrongfully imprisoned should be coming over to you now.
Data file captured, Captain. Computer indicates they were all convicted of piracy with various counts of murder and mayhem thrown in.
Freeing the prisoners you requested will take time. We have to track down their current locations. We can work together on this, Elasi. How about beaming some of the hostages over as a show of good faith?
What? Lower my shield so you can beam over a war party? I'm not stupid, Captain. We'll play by my rules.
So long as the shields are up, Captain, our hands are tied.
The Enterprise can overpower the Masada and take her, but the pirates would have all the time they need to kill every one of the hostages.
Will you send over data on the whereabouts and conditions of my falsely accused clansmen languishing in your dungeons, Captain?
Very well, we'll do it your way. I will put together the data packet. Kirk out.
Captain, we could use the command prefix code to lower the Masada's shields briefly, long enough for one transporter burst.
The only inhabited planet of the Alasi Prime system. It was colonized by the Andorians before their entry to the Federation, and their relations with the native population has been a major problem with the Federation in recent years.
Topic not available, Captain.
Andorians, a member of the Federation noted for their antenna-like sensory organs and their unusual blue skin pigmentation. The Andorian colonization of Manalbagur, which was done centuries ago, has resulted in considerable problems for the Federation.
That code had no effect, Captain. Sending prefix and lowering the Masada's shields.
Captain's log.
Lowering shields, Captain.
Spock, come with me. Mr. Scott, you have the con.
He's not hurt badly. I can revive him.
Thank you, Doctor. Be careful, Captain. The Alasi like to set booby traps. If you need any equipment, I've got my tools in this workspace.
Nothing to report, Captain. Nothing to report, Captain. Nothing to report, Captain. Even our most efficient Chief Engineer Scott would have trouble repairing this damage in less than 2 days. The controls have been virtually destroyed, Captain.
Can they be repaired, Spock?
With Chief Engineer Scott's assistance, I believe we could get them in perfect working order in 2 days.
Spock, we don't have 2 days. If we can repair the transporter, we might be able to transport onto the bridge and capture the Alassi.
I can attempt to jury-rig repairs if I can find parts. However, there is only a 67.357% probability of success.
I've always been a gambler, Spock. Figure out what you'll need.
I suppose I should be grateful to see anyone after that. I thought I was dead.
Well, with any luck, you won't have to worry about that for quite some time.
Provided the Alassi don't have anything to say about it.
According to the deck plans of this class of starship, this is the entrance to the ship's brig. Some kind of force field appears to cover the door.
Nothing to report, Captain. A force field of unusual configurations has been erected in front of the doorway, which leads into the bridge. I don't think it would be healthy to approach too closely, Captain. 5 phasers without power packs, a drained phaser welder, insulation and bits of wire, and droplets of cooled molten metal. Nothing to report, Captain. Nothing to report. I fail to see the logic in that action, Captain.
This view screen communication terminal has been damaged beyond repair. You are in a typical starship corridor. You are in a typical starship corridor. You are in a typical starship corridor.
Captain, I need to find a bit that will fit into the transmogrifier before I can go further with this.
Hey, what are you doing here?
Captain, the switch has been booby-trapped to detonate a bomb, presumably inside the brig somewhere. A medium-strength phaser bomb. The brig force field would contain the explosion, but it would kill the crew members within the cell. I recommend that we find a way of disarming it, Captain.
The crew is tired and has elevated signs from extreme stress, but they will survive.
There. I believe the bomb is now defused, Captain. Captain, this wiring may prove useful in repairing the transporter.
Thank you for freeing us, Captain. We'll secure the area so they don't come up behind you. We've had electrical problems with our door to our bridge, Captain. The Alassi don't know we put an electric shutdown device. You'd never find it by chance. But if you used a charged phaser welder 2 feet to the left of the door and 1 foot off the ground, you might be able to shut down the force field and get a jump on the Alassi.
Phaser welder is now charged.
I think that does it. A comb bit for the transmogrifier. Now I can continue repairs on the transporter controls. The parts fit together satisfactorily. The field is absorbing the energy. Tricorder readings indicate an indeterminate number of people in the brig. At least 2 are armed with phasers. I recommend caution when entering.
Jim, I'm picking up 11 life forms in the brig. That accounts for over half the crew. I don't like what that indicates. The force field is interfering too much to get an accurate reading, Jim.
I attach these here. Now, all I need is a spare length of wiring. The controls are set for just inside the bridge door, Captain.
Mr. Spock, you're a genius.
I wouldn't go that far, Jim. But I do have to congratulate you, Mr. Spock. Now we can really risk shooting our atoms around the universe. Is this really necessary, Jim?
Analysis, Lieutenant Christensen.
Security analysis, sir. If we transport onto the bridge, we'll have the drop on them. Assuming Mr. Spock has the transporter working properly. If we could get past the force field on the door of the bridge, we should be able to surprise them for sure. Since we have a bomb, Captain, we could rearm it, transport it onto the bridge, and perhaps the Alassi will flee into the hallway. Then we could capture them.
And any hostages on the bridge will be killed when the bomb goes off. No, Jim, that's inhuman.
To say nothing of the possible damage to the bridge controls. That did it. The field is deactivated, Captain.
The force field is interfering too much to get an accurate reading, Jim.
I'm going to have a word for you, Spock, if we appear inside the door. It's over, Sereth. Surrender, and I'll guarantee the lives of you and your crew.
You're an honorable and worthy opponent, Kirk. I accept your offer.
Scotty, beam down a security team to the bridge. We have regained control. Mr. Scott, beam us out of here.
Aye, Captain.
Message from Starfleet, Captain.
On screen, Lieutenant.
We have read your report on the problems at Beta Mayanid and evaluate your performance at 100%. You and your crew received 4 commendation points. A perfect mission, Jim. You are a model for all Starfleet.
Trying to hold a Federation starship captive, can you believe it?
Since we just witnessed that very event, Doctor, I'm surprised you asked.
It was a rhetorical question, Spock.
That took quite a bit of organization to seize a starship. Think we'll see more of the Alassi pirates?
Undoubtedly, Captain. I suspect they have considerable resources to draw on.
So do I. Sulu, take us out of here.
Love's labor jeopardized.
Priority message from Starfleet.
On screen, Lieutenant.
A raid across the Romulan neutral zone has placed Starfleet Research Station ARC-7 in jeopardy. Proceed immediately to ARC-7 and determine the status of the station. Good luck, Jim.
Raising shields. Arming weapons.
ARC-7, a highly sophisticated arcology project looking into the origins of life in the universe. The project is being led by Dr. Carol Marcus, who, along with a crew of 17 members, is dedicated to unlocking the mystery of life. Further information is classified.
Federation agents report that the new Romulan cloaking device not only renders their ships invisible, they also won't show up on our sensors. We have arrived at Arc 7. Romulan ship decloaking, Captain.
Message from the Romulan ship, sir.
Treachery! We are aware of Federation plans. Prepare to die.
They're arming weapons, Captain.
Save new game.
Target analysis on. Target analysis on. Target analysis on. Target analysis on.
Aye, sir.
They activated a self-destruct device rather than be captured, Captain.
Resuming course to Arc 7, Captain.
Captain, there is an auto beacon broadcasting from the station.
Warning, warning. As per UFP Regulation 342-1888564.3, Paragraph 3, this base is currently under a Class 3 biohazard alert. All personnel are ordered to stay away from this base unless they are part of a biohazard response team.
Captain, sensors indicate a breathable atmosphere in the space station. It seems that whatever Arc 7's intentions, it managed to create a biohazard that is deadly to Romulans. 17 humans and 10 Romulans are on the station. The humans are all in perfect health, so it seems we can beam over without any fear of contamination.
Lowering shields, Captain.
Message from Arc 7, sir.
I am Centurion Ardea Preax of the Romulan Empire. We have discovered your genocide factory here and have summoned help to destroy it. Our lives will not be sacrificed in vain.
Spock, come with me. Mr. Scott, you have the con.
I'm picking up some kind of virus. I can't identify it without more information.
The main computer banks of the ARC-7. It looks like someone has recently been rummaging through the main databanks.
Dr. Marcus Log. Supplemental. Continued testing of the Ouroboros virus confirms its potential harmful effects on Romulan Vulcan humanoids. As soon as the spill has been cleaned up, we will sterilize both labs and purge the circulation system to make sure no traces of the virus will remain viable. Then all research files must be erased. We must leave no chance that this terrible accident will ever be repeated.
Doctor, you may be interested in the medical data file appended to the log.
Now that's interesting. There's more here. All of Dr. Marcus' research data on the Ouroboros virus. Let me see. Virus growth patterns. Pneumococcal mimic affecting Romulo-Vulcan genotype. Alveoli involvement in... Boy, Jim, this bug works fast.
Is this really the time to catch up on your reading, Doctor?
Now listen here, you pointy-eared...
Gentlemen, I think we have more pressing problems.
Jim, there is an appended medical database online. Also, it would be useful for me to experiment on how the virus grows in the presence of different gases. I'm sure the station has the necessary equipment.
Please select subject file. Ouroboros virus. Ouroboros virus. Atypical growth patterns for L-type virus. Opportunistic pneumococcal mimic affecting Romulo-Vulcan genotype. Etiology, contact or airborne vector with alveoli microcollapse. Involvement immediately upon exposure. Tissue dehydration follows pneumal flooding. Mortality, 0.6 in 1.0 stardates. 1.0 within 2.0 stardates treatment, none. Named for the mythic world snake that swallows its own tail. Please select subject file. Ouroboros virus. TLTDH gas. TLTDH gas. The chemical compound. Tantalum, bilithium, phthalo, dihydroxide, colorless, odorless, non-flammable, gaseous at 1 atm, and temperatures within a human norm. Early anesthetic among Vulcans and Romulans, in whom it produces laughter, feelings of exhilaration, euphoria, sometimes leading to unconsciousness. In post-industrial pre-spaceflight era, a social problem evolved when crude TLTDH became popular to cook up from non-conductive tantolithial compounds commonly used as electrical insulation. Please select subject file. Ouroboros virus. Nitrous oxide. Nitrous oxide. A colorless non-flammable compound. N2O. Gaseous at 1 atm and temperatures within the human norm. Early anesthetic among humans, in whom it produces laughter, feelings of exhilaration, euphoria, sometimes leading to unconsciousness. Please select subject file. Ouroboros virus. Nitrous oxide. Ammonia. Dihydrogen ammonia. Ammonia. A colorless pungent compound, NH3. A common byproduct of metabolism in carbon-based life forms. Liquid or gaseous at 1 atm. Compounds widely used in agricultural, medical, and industrial applications. Please select subject file. Ouroboros nitrous ammonia dihydrogen oxide. Dihydrogen oxide. A colorless, tasteless, non-flammable compound, H2O. Water. Liquid, solid, or gaseous at 1 atm. Temperature scales defined in most humanoid cultures by state shift of pure water. Please select subject file. Ouroboros virus exit database.
A Hawking neutrino accelerator. It is one of the finest in production today. A Crygelion 2 basic compound distillator. Excellent piece of equipment for reducing complex materials to their basic compounds. Nothing to report, Captain. Residue of a viral agent is still within the chamber.
You take the Ouroboros virus culture. You fail to obtain anything. You pick up a large wrench. The panel opens. You see a gas tank labeled N2 with its feed lines running deeper into the wall. The tank detaches easily.
I guess this made it easier to replace the tank every so often, eh, Captain?
The vent is now open. It leads to the lower deck. The panel is open. You see vast quantities of dust and stripped insulation from wiring repairs made to the console in the past. You take the anti-grav unit. You attach the anti-grav unit to the gas tank. It can be moved freely.
It sure beats hauling it around on our backs, sir.
You grab a handful of insulation. You have distilled a quantity of polyberyl carbonate. Gas feed is on. The machine synthesizes a liter of pure water.
A clean drink of water, but I don't see its application in the context of our difficulties, Captain.
You take a 1-liter container of pure water.
Fascinating, Captain, but it doesn't appear to get us any closer to our goal.
The machine synthesizes 1 liter of TLTDH gas.
An unusual compound, Captain. It can induce laughter and feelings of exhilaration in some, much the way nitrous oxide affects humans.
It doesn't affect Vulcans, of course.
Actually, Doctor, both Romulans and Vulcans suffer its effects.
Why, that's just dandy. Vulcan laughing gas.
Please, Doctor, this is not a laughing matter.
You take a 1-liter container of TLTDH gas. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Gas feed is off. Nothing happens. You attach the anti-grav unit to the gas tank. It can be moved freely. You install the gas tank to the synthesizer's feed lines. Gas feed is on.
It's what I was afraid of, Jim. I think Spock is getting worse.
The machine synthesizes a liter of ammonia.
I hope you don't want me to swab the deck with that, Captain.
I think we can set this aside and not worry about it.
You take a 1-liter container of ammonia. The machine synthesizes a quantity of colorless goo.
You're wrong, Spock. Look, the virus culture has been eliminated. That's why it's clear. It'd be more useful for me to see how the virus might grow in the presence of a limited quantity of ammonia gas.
You take the Ouroboros virus culture.
Eureka, this is it, Jim. There's not much, but all I need to do is synthesize some more, and we're in business.
You retrieve the Ouroboros cure sample. You take the hypo with Ouroboros toxin cure.
There, you're now cured.
Thank you, Doctor.
Finally, a human response. I don't suppose you'd enjoy the psychological release of a few good belly laughs, Spock. We could open the canister right here if you like.
I would strongly recommend against it, Doctor.
Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. The panel closes. With a hiss, the Romulan laughing gas billows down the vent. You hear the muffled sounds through the vent of hearty Romulan laughter, followed by the dull thud of bodies hitting the deck. Romulans stir weakly, then begin to get up. They've all been cured.
They're severely dehydrated, but they'll live. We got to them in time.
The Romulans drink thirstily and empty the container.
Take it easy now. You'll feel better in a few minutes. Good thing we had the water available, Jim.
We aren't barbarians, in spite of what some people think.
Gas feed is off. You attach the anti-grav unit to the gas tank. It can be moved freely. You install the gas tank to the synthesizer's feed lines. Nothing happens. Gas feed is on. The machine synthesizes a liter of pure water.
A clean drink of water, but I don't see its application in the context of our difficulties, Captain.
You take a 1-liter container of pure water.
Thank God it's you, Jim. I'm so glad you came.
Fascinating. This device contains over 10 million forms of life, patterns I have never seen before.
We call this the Cradle, Mr. Spock. One day I hope something wonderful would be produced here.
The Romulan Preax stirs weakly, then begins to get up. He has been cured.
He's severely dehydrated, but he'll live.
The Romulan Preax drinks thirstily and empties the container.
Take it easy now. You'll feel better in a few minutes. Good thing we had the water available, Jim.
We aren't barbarians, in spite of what some might think.
Thank you for saving our station, Jim.
It's about time someone got here.
I have called off the Romulan attack on this station, Kirk. I believed your virus was some kind of deliberate attack, but your great honor and compassion have convinced me otherwise.
You also conducted yourself in the most honorable fashion, Centurion Preax. You may return to Romulan space without Federation interference. I assure you, the Federation would never undertake such a foul program. It was all an accident, right, Dr. Marcus?
Absolutely. We've already destroyed all cultures and purged the data files. This will never happen again.
You are an honorable adversary, Kirk. Jolon True.
You are also a worthy opponent, Preax. May you live long and prosper.
You'll never cease to amaze me, Jim.
Goodbye, Carol.
Goodbye, Jim.
Well, gentlemen, let's go home.
Message from Starfleet.
On screen, Lieutenant.
We have read your report on the problems at Arc 7 and evaluate your performance at 100%. You and your crew received 4 commendation points. A perfect mission, Jim. You are a model for all Starfleet.
I wonder if I'll see Carol again.
Well, if you don't, you can always drown your sorrow in some Romulan ale.
That's illegal, Bones.
Tell that to the Romulans, Jim. I found a whole case they brought on board the Arc 7.
It'll never replace Scotch, Captain.
That it won't, Mr. Scott.
Another fine mess.
Priority message from Starfleet.
On screen, Lieutenant.
We have reports of an undetermined number of Elasi pirate ships in your sector. You are ordered to proceed to the Harlequin star system immediately and investigate. Starfleet out.
Raising shields.
Arming weapons.
Topic not available, Captain.
Harlequin, a Federation star system with 2 Class M worlds, both inhabited. Harlequin 3, Vardane, is an Earth colony that has been involved in controversy on more than one occasion. Harlequin 5, Aloysia, is a non-Federation world heavily influenced by Elasi pirates. Vardane, the name for the 3rd planet in the Harlequin system. Vardane is a reclusive member of the Federation, formed by isolationist humans in the late 22nd century. Vardane is a technocratic society which has received Federation assistance on numerous occasions, but has not shared its own scientific advances. Allegedly sponsoring banned eugenics experiments, the inquiry of Stardate 4650.6 was indefinitely postponed at request of the Vardane government. Recent alleged rights violations of Turkin 3 immigrants has prompted further Federation investigations.
May I suggest we arm our weapons and raise shields now in case of trouble, Captain? We have arrived at Harlequin. 2 Elasi ships approaching fast, Captain. I'm also picking up an ion trail from a small ship, probably a scout. It left the sector just as we arrived. It appears likely that we interrupted the pirate attack on the scout.
Message from the Elasi captain, sir.
We'll show you what happens to those who come between us and our prey. Prepare to die!
The ion trail of the scout ship leads to the Harappan system, Captain.
Picking up the subspace signal, sir. It's very weak.
Patch it through, Lieutenant.
Enterprise? Is that you, Kirk? Friend Kirk, I can't believe they sent you to rescue me.
That sounds like... No, please, say it isn't.
I have a visual signal now, sir.
You've come to help me, Kirk. You've got to help me. I have had a terrible misunderstanding with the Alasi traders. Traders! They're out to kill me, Kirk.
Fancy that.
Now see here, Kirk. I sold my Mud's Miracle Digrimers in perfectly good faith. A little sideline work, you understand. Now they won't leave me alone. No. They're tracking me again. I can't send coordinates. You have to come protect me. I'm a registered ship with the Federation. Mud out.
I'm afraid his ship is registered, Captain, and regulations require we respond to his distress signal.
Save new game.
The Harappan system is binary, with a neutron pulsar in the vicinity causing difficulties with our sensor readings. I was able to trace Mud's transmission to this derelict.
So, our friend Harry is on board, no doubt. Can you tell me anything about the derelict vessel?
There are 6 major subdivisions within the hull. All systems are down. There is, however, limited atmospheric integrity. The environment appears to be the result of a temporary save-a-ship life support generator. Not exactly a reliable model, Captain.
We're being hailed by Mr. Mudd, sir.
Captain, you came. I'm touched.
Harry, I have to be touched in the head to have anything to do with you. How's your lovely wife, Stella?
That was a dirty trick, Kirk. However, you'll be glad to know I let bygones be bygones. If the Enterprise will stand by and fend off any pirates, I'll just finish my salvage operations here and be out of your hair.
Computer records document that you filed notice that there was no salvageable value here, and that the ship was a common passenger tug.
Did I say no value? Minimal, Captain, minimal. I meant nothing looked promising when I filed the report. We both know my judgment isn't always perfect.
I would say your judgment is never perfect, Harry. Perhaps we should beam over and judge the situation for ourselves.
Ah, that isn't necessary, Kirk. I can handle...
Harry, relax. We're old friends. We'll understand if things aren't picked up and looking neat. Kirk out.
Aye, sir.
I would very much like to see this alien ship, but the prospect of dealing with Harcourt Fenton Mudd again gives me pause.
Lowering shields, Captain.
Spock, come with me. Mr. Scott, you have the con.
Welcome, Captain Kirk. So glad you're here. The Alasi have been terrible trouble to me.
Well, you're terrible trouble to me, Harry. Tell me what this is all about.
I happened upon this ship not long ago, and dutifully registered as salvage, mind you. In the hold here, I discovered one of these devices in that box over there. When I tried one on a wall, it floated off the grease and dirt. Perfect for cleaning, near as I could see. I peddled a few of these Mud's Miracle Digrimers, and everything was going perfectly well.
Then something went wrong, right?
Actually, no, Doctor, not then. I'd started offering a few other little items I found. Mud's Limited Coffee Substitute, a great little specialty item. Lenses to affirm packaging build-your-own telescope kits. The collection of novelty paints, things like that. All of a sudden, the Alazi pirates are asking for me in every quadrant, wanting to know where I'm getting my goods.
I see, Harry. Well, we'll look around here while the Enterprise remains close by.
Look around all you like, Captain, but I'll be keeping an eye on you. I registered this derelict as my salvage, and I don't want you running off with all my prizes.
Harry, as official representatives of the Federation and of Starfleet, we recognize your rights to legitimate salvage. Need I say more?
I understand perfectly, Captain. Carry on, Captain.
A small energy device with a flanged opening at the front, about the size of one's thumbnail.
These are computer memory transfer media, probably designed for use with the alien computer system. Nothing to report, Captain.
This storage bay is stockpiled with all manner of goods. You fail to obtain anything. Done. Done. You fail to obtain anything. You fail to obtain any. Done. These two things fit together like they were made for each other.
Well, now I think we know why the Alazi pirates were so interested in finding out where Mudd was getting these.
This Saber ship life support generator has seen a great deal of use. It was never a reliable model, being prone to breakdown without warning. It is, however, properly connected, with warning alarms for temperature, atmosphere, and radiation. The control panel has power running to it, Captain. Unique, Captain. I believe these are self-referencing packed quantum cartridges.
Power boosters! Oh, I've read about those, but they're just theoretical.
Evidently, these are more than theoretical, Lieutenant Bugert. The energy initially released is infinitesimally small, but boosts itself until the power finally released is comparable to our photon torpedoes.
The technical journals discussing the possibilities indicated it would create a weapon of greater range than those we have now, if not a greater punch.
The machinery to deliver these cartridges would be an engineering feat as well, Captain. A weapons delivery system. It appears to be an accessory tied directly to the alien equivalent of our ship's phasers and photon torpedoes. device has finished loading, Captain. I believe, Captain, that this weapon must be hooked up through the main weapons battery. However, I've already examined the weapons console, and the main weapons battery on this ship was completely destroyed in the action, which made her a derelict. Mr. Scott would have to go over this thoroughly, but I would recommend we try to take this weapon with us to the Enterprise.
I don't think we should tinker with technology we don't understand, Spock. I agree that we should take it aboard the Enterprise. I'll try to raise the ship. Kirk to Enterprise. Kirk to Enterprise.
Unique, Captain. I believe these are self-referencing packed quantum cartridges.
Power boosters! Oh, I've read about those, but they're just theoretical.
Evidently, these are more than theoretical, Lieutenant Bugert. The energy initially released is infinitesimally small, but boosts itself until the power finally released is comparable to our photon torpedoes.
The technical journals discussing the possibilities indicated it would create a weapon of greater range than those we have now, if not a greater punch.
The machinery to deliver these cartridges would be an engineering feat as well, Captain.
I wonder what's happening on the Enterprise right now.
Scotty will take good care of it, Jim. He has before.
I know, Bones.
I wonder where that mutt has gone. I wouldn't let him out of my sight. Mind you, I'm not too crazy about having him in my sight either.
It looks to me like these people knew how to defend themselves, Captain.
That machinery in the middle of the room, however, is like nothing I recognize, and I thought I had seen just about everything.
A most interesting technology, Captain.
If the Alassie gets hold of this, they'll make Mudd seem like a perfect caretaker by comparison.
It would be interesting to analyze them back aboard the Enterprise, but these are probably vaccines, medicines, and research viruses.
Do they pose any threat to us, Doctor?
None seems likely to have any effect on human or Vulcan physiology. To be on the safe side, though, I wouldn't recommend taking a snootful from one of the capsules.
This appears to be some sort of engineering instrument.
It is a multi-bit compact Duver with its own Draktar traction unit and clamp kit. Evidently the aliens' bridge, their centralized control. A closer look may provide more information. This is clearly the control center for the ship, Captain. I cannot deduce much information, but I do observe two things.
Go on, Mr. Spock.
This station definitely is configured differently from the one beside me.
This shouldn't be surprising. After all, there are two stations.
That may be, Doctor. But if you'll recall, all the Enterprise's different stations link into the same computer network bank, and...
What else can you determine at this stage, Mr. Spock?
These people have a fixation for the number 6, and even divisors and multiplicans thereof. 3s and 12s in particular. I believe this may be the necessary first clue to understanding the aliens. This platform contains the control console for the ship's computer library. Data may be accessed by using this console. This seems to activate the ship's computer bank control node. Given the aliens' predilection for multiples of 3, it may be possible to use our tricorders to decipher the information carried in these data banks.
That would be quite a find, Jim. This is an alien race unknown to us, and they are certain to have knowledge new to us.
Were the universal translator available, this would be simple.
With the Enterprise out of range, that's not an option, Mr. Spock. What else can you do?
I believe if Dr. McCoy and I conjoin our 2 tricorders, we may be able to process enough sample data to get a basic understanding of the aliens' computer system. This will completely tie up both our tricorders for an extended amount of time, however. Both our tricorders are now working on basic processing of the aliens' computer data system. The tricorders are not the equal of the universal translator, but we should be able to retrieve basic information and get an insight into their culture and life systems. I don't believe we could have gotten even this far had we not deduced their fixation on base 6 mathematics and aesthetics. The tricorders are again available for general use. The alien ship's computer data is now accessible from the ship's library. I believe I have downloaded enough information to our tricorders to enable operation of most of the ship's controls, Captain. Nothing to report, Captain. Not all topics will necessarily be available, Captain. Nor do I believe we can get full details on all data. The tricorders could only do so much processing. It would be worth our effort to locate the central data banks for delivery to the Corniforos Life Sciences University, I believe.
To say nothing of fulfilling our mandate to seek out new life and new civilizations.
I'm receiving data now, Captain. Most internal and external functions are controlled from the bridge. These include engineering, navigation, communications, and sensors. Weapons functions are controlled from the weapons room. I have found an entry on an experimental long-range weapon booster recently installed, named the Wyos weapon. It does not alter the power of the primary weapon systems, but it does increase the range at which those weapons are effective. I believe I can produce a picture of a member of their race, Captain.
By all means, Spock.
Look at their physiology, Jim. I think this explains the Lashaeans' fascination with 3s and 6s.
It should be no surprise that physiology affects mind and behavior. I would say a 6-fingered, 6-eyed people would naturally develop their sciences and arts around base 6 numerical systems, just as I observed on the bridge.
Medical knowledge is comprehensive and lifespan is extended considerably over archaic expectations with maintenance of quality of life. Interesting data here about the 6-eyed vision processing in the brain. Their eyesight must have been excellent and almost 300 degrees around.
This is a major archaeological find, Captain. I believe the galaxy may actually have cause to thank Harry Mudd.
You can't be serious, Spock.
It would be nice to think that after all the stunts that Harry has pulled, that he would do something right for a change.
Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. You download major portions of the alien library onto the yellow spheroid.
Nothing to report, Captain. This platform contains the control console for the ship's computer library. Data may be accessed by using this console.
Why, Captain, I see you got this machine to work. I tried to get it up and running for the longest time.
Help yourself, Harry. Knowledge is for everyone. Get away from that this instant, Harry, or I'll shoot you where you stand. Help yourself, Harry. Knowledge is for everyone.
Why, Kirk, I didn't think you had it in you. Thank you. Why, Captain!
Jim, that doesn't look good at all. Harry, let me take a look at you and check whether that had some deleterious effect.
No, you're all space aliens. You're little gray men from inside the hollow earth. You want to experiment on my body parts. Stay away from me!
Deleterious effects. I guess I don't even need my tricorder to know that.
You'll mind control me, kidnap my children, dissect my dog.
If we can get him on one of the beds and get it active, I think he can be cured. Otherwise, he's likely to become increasingly violent.
Stay away from me!
All yours now, Dr. McCoy.
There is nothing at the moment for me to do there.
I certainly see nothing there calling for a ship's doctor. The volatile chemicals have evaporated over the time the derelict hung in space. I need to refill the capsule dispenser for the bed to activate and effect a cure on our friend Harry here. I certainly see nothing there calling for a ship's doctor. I certainly see nothing there I certainly see nothing.
There is nothing at the moment for me to do. There is nothing at the moment for me to. There is nothing at the moment for. There is nothing at the moment for me to do there.
capsules slide into the machinery on the bed exactly as they're designed to. I'm telling the program, our physiology is not the same as the aliens' physiology. Don't want it to try to cure us of being human.
That would be too much to hope for, would it not, Doctor?
Particularly when we're talking about Harry Mudd. I certainly see nothing there calling for a ship's doctor. Okay, Harry, you should start to feel better in a few minutes. Just lie there quietly until you feel like moving.
Oh, give me something for this headache, Doc. A herd of Amari tree elephants landed behind my eyeballs and did a mating dance. Captain, you wouldn't have seen my multi-purpose duver anywhere? I need to, fix something.
No, Harry, but I figure it's probably where you'll find your lost marbles. Yes, I've got it, but you can't have it.
You really can be a headache, Captain. Maybe I can find a spare somewhere else. Good luck. Goodbye.
That was a close one. Too close. If I ever get my hands on that no-good Mudd,
I would not suggest we take the time to seek him. This emergency could occur again. I would suggest we hasten our departure.
Was there a problem?
Mudd, I ought to...
Sorry, no time to chat. I'm a busy man, you know.
I believe, Captain, that this weapon must be hooked up through the main weapons battery. However, I've already examined the weapons console, and the main weapons battery on this ship was completely destroyed in the action, which made her a derelict. Mr. Scott would have to go over this thoroughly, but I would recommend we try to take this weapon with us to the Enterprise.
I don't think we should tinker with technology. I agree. I'll try to raise the ship. Kirk to Enterprise. Kirk to Enterprise.
This platform contains the control console for the ship's computer library. Data may be accessed by using this console. This platform contains the This platform contains the This platform contains the control console for the ship's computer library. Data may be accessed by using this console.
Databanks erased.
It appears our good friend Harry Mudd has crashed the main computers. I doubt if it was a very easy thing to manage.
Spock, we're talking about Harry Mudd. He was probably trying to download it so he could sell it to the highest bidder.
And instead, he wiped the memory. That knowledge was priceless.
At least our life support system isn't dependent on the alien computer.
I believe, Captain, that the basic functions of the ship remain even now. This is the library module. The art, history, and cultural memory of the aliens are gone, but the mechanical necessities of sickbay, engineering, and sensors continue to work.
But their essence, their souls, are gone, Spock.
Illogical, Captain. This race has been extinct for millennia. Thanks to the library computer data, limited though it is, these primary controls give me access to
communications. View screen. I guess the universe looks about like it did the last time we saw. Communications. Scotty, report.
The Alassi pirates have been driven off, Captain. We have damage and injuries among the crew. We just arrived back here a few minutes ago, and we've been trying to raise you on the communicators.
The local star seems to be acting up. Will there be a problem with the transporter? I want you to beam up the landing party, and I also want you to lock onto and beam aboard an alien mechanism we came across.
We can do it, Captain, no problem. At least right now, but the situation is only going to get worse. Are you ready to beam over now?
No, we want to look around some more. We'll call you on this channel when we're ready. Yes, bring us home. No, I need to have a word with Harry Mudd.